Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to part 3, the final part of our Kourtney Kardashian mansion build. In this video, we're mostly just decorating and furnishing the upstairs bedroom, so Courtney's bedroom and the 3 kids' bedrooms. If you haven't yet already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more Sims 4 build content, as well as 100 baby challenge and not so berry challenge, and also just like some other stream highlights. So the first room that we're tackling upstairs is Courtney's bedroom. She's got quite a minimalist bedroom and the actual size of her room is quite cozy, I guess, for like mansion standards. It's not like a massively expansive room or anything like that. She's got like a huge white, I'm assuming California king bed, which is why I've pushed together like 2 beds together. And I've also just sized up that white floofy rug. At this point, when I was streaming, I had actually just purchased a few new packs. So I think I just grabbed like patio pack and fitness pack and a few other ones. But those 2 packs have some really nice, like contemporary, modern items. So I actually go around to like the patio and to the backyard and just like throughout the house, like in the bathroom and stuff. I actually go around and swap out a few items. So like the armchairs, I just swap them out for some fresher items, some fresher pieces that I think just look a bit better in this house. So I'm just adding in like a simple coffee table in the middle of Courtney's bedroom. She also has these really like lush, dreamy, sort of long curtains in her room that I think really add to that sense of luxury. So I thought adding curtains was like a must-have for this room. So using trusty tool mod, I'm sizing these curtains down to the perfect size. I always say this, you know, I love tool mod. I think if you can master tool mod, you can pretty much be unstoppable when it comes to Sims 4 building. You can just like manipulate any item almost to however you want it to be. So we're sizing the curtains down and then also just elevating them down a little bit so they fit perfectly. Now moving on to Courtney's walk-in wardrobe. Just like the rest of the house, I'm sticking with like this dark timber swatch. I'm using the modular stuff from Dream Home Decorator to make this like beautiful custom walk-in wardrobe. As much as I love Dream Home Decorator, like I love the items in the game that they gave us, I actually really love the gameplay and the career as well, but I do have some issues with some of the items, especially these shelves that are supposed to be like modular and snap together, because some of them don't snap together and some of them don't even have like shelf slots, which just doesn't make any sense to me. So it actually takes a bit of like fiddling around for me in order to configure these shelves to be the way that I want them to be exactly. So yeah, I've got to break out tool mod again. I've got to, you know, move pieces away, move them aside so I can like move other pieces until I can configure them into this like nice corner way. And I still ended up with this little gap here, but I think we fill it in with like a plant later on. I'm just filling in all these hanging spots with some clothes. I mean, all the Kardashians, I guess, they just have an astronomical amount of clothes. I'm just changing all the swatches to sort of more neutral colors now. And I also decided that there needs to be like a nice spot for her shoes. I didn't want to just put like shoe racks on the floor. Like I just felt it didn't really look right, and I didn't really love the look of just like the Dream Home Decorated clutter shoes as well. So I've actually grabbed these shoe racks from Base Game and arranged them on the shelf, used tool mod a little bit to just get them to be the exact way I want them to be. Arrange these on the shelf so it kind of looks like there's a few shelf spaces for shoes in this little section of the closet, and also grabbing the Base Game shelf as well to place some of those Dream Home Decorator shoes on. Another kind of fiddly process, but it's just kind of the way it is in The Sims 4 when you're building and you want things to be a very particular way. Because this closet is, I mean, it is a closet, but it's also just like a room, you know? It's a room where Courtney would definitely hang out. She'd hang out with like her friends, her family, her stylist, etc., etc. So we actually had to make it like a really nice space as well. So we're adding in like a slightly different type of clothes rack. I think that's from the Moschino pack, and it just happened to come in a really nice dark timber shade as well. Adding in like a little seating space as well, adding in some plants just to make the space actually feel nicely decorated, you know? I really enjoy this zebra print rug. Not only are the colors really complimentary, but I just feel like it makes it feel really glam and luxurious, you know? As you walk through the walk-in wardrobe, we come to her bathroom. I wanted to make the shower really special. I was trying to do like, you know how like some fancy showers literally have like glass double doors. So I wanted to do that, but then I realized that it wouldn't quite fit in. It wasn't the smartest use of space. So I'm using this technique that I've done many times in the past, which is just grabbing a window, placing a wall, placing the window there, and then deleting the wall. So you can like, put the window there as sort of like a shower divider. So I've done that, placed it in the middle and popped the bathtub in the middle there as well. The counters were a little bit less straightforward. Like I tried, flipping them around, trying to figure out a way to make them fit and to make them look nice as well. But I always I kind of struggled with bathrooms in general in this build. They were all kind of hard for me to like lay out. Anyways, I ended up just doing toilet, sink, mirror, pretty standard. And then on the other side, just more like sort of counter space for other accessories and stuff. And we just finished up the space with those nice lights. This blank wall in her bedroom felt like it needed something. Like I know in real life it's probably left plain, but it just felt like it needed something to me. So I've just placed that sort of like neutral little triptych painting there. Found a little table that matches the coffee table and just popped a bit of greenery on there as well. So Courtney's bedroom opens up to this obscenely large balcony. I feel like nobody in real life would actually have a balcony this big, not even Kourtney Kardashian, but it kind of just ended up being this way because of the way I built this mansion. It's fine though, because it was a bit of a struggle, but I do find heaps of stuff to fill the space with. So there's a big outdoor TV on that like pillar thing, which I thought was a pretty great idea. And then we've just placed this large sofa, big enough for the entire family to come hang out, warm up in front of the fireplace and whatnot, grab a little cushion, grab a floor cushion. It just kind of became like the ultimate entertaining space, I added in some yoga mats, a hot tub, like it's sort of the ultimate entertaining / relaxation zone as well. We've added in these deck chairs for just more lounging space to look out across the expansive backyard, look across the hills and valleys of Hollywood. We even added in some more countertops to be like sort of like a bar. There's plenty of space for you to grab a seat, put your drink down and enjoy yourself on this balcony. I also just grabbed some of the same debug planters from the patio downstairs, those round concrete planters. I stacked them up and then I just popped the same plants in there, that banana tree, the monstera, and just some other sort of like really lush tropical vibe plants. And they're just really pretty plants. I just really like these plants. They just look good in every space. And then we just sort of repeat the same thing on the other side because there was just another little empty corner there. It's a really large space, and I know we did fill it up with a lot of stuff with, the hot tub and whatnot. But yeah, and also just to give it a bit of balance, have a bit of green on both sides of the balcony. So now we're tackling the 3 kids' rooms. With this current floor plan, the 3 kids' rooms are all next to each other, which means that the middle kid doesn't have a window. So basically this layout does change later on, but at the moment we're working on little Penelope's room. Her room is so adorable. It is just like all pink, just the cutest little girl's room. She's got a really unique bed frame headrest thing that I tried to recreate. I think I tried doing like platforms and stuff and none of them really looked right, but we eventually found this, I believe it's actually a sign from Dining Out or something, and it's got that little like backlight on the bottom, but I think it looked quite good and looked believable as a headrest. I think Penelope's got this cute little doll house and like little mini bed and mini doll set in her room, so I thought it was so cute to size down some of the clothing from Dream Home Decorator and just hang them on the wall there, and then just sort of try to disguise it and cover it up with some lights. Size down a dollhouse, size down the same bed as well. And also just found like a cat toy to put on the mini bed as well as on the real bed. So adorable. We also just filled in the rest of the room with some pink kids stuff filled in this white bookshelf with, you know, just some pink clutter and pink toys. And had to deal with the fact that the dream home decorator shelving didn't have a shelf spot. Penelope's room opens out to a little balcony on the corner, so we furnished it with these cute pink kids armchairs and a little coffee table, as well as just some sweet greenery with white flowers. Found a little light to go on a wall, found another light to go on the wall outside. This middle room, initially, at the moment, this middle room is Mason's room, I think. I get her kids' names mixed up a little bit, but this is Mason's room, the eldest child. He is like pre-teen age, I think. This room is sort of pretty much all grayish, like gray tones. It has a bit of a like sciencey outer space robot theme in real life, and the style is, it's youthful, but it's also a little bit more mature than obviously Penelope's room because Mason is an older kid. He's also got like 2 bunk beds in his room. I'm assuming it's for sleepovers and stuff. It must be weird to have a room with like a bunch of bunk beds in it. Anyways, I don't know. So that's why I added in 2 bunk beds as well as a double bed, which I assume would be his main bed that he sleeps in. I decorated the rest of this room with like dark blues, dark grays, sciencey, sci-fi, robot tech vibes, decorations and posters on the wall and stuff. The house, well, actually the floor plan that I sort of ended up having to go with included a lot of diagonals. So I had to sort of like use those diagonals, which is why I ended up putting the beds on a bit of a platform and then cutting off that corner to make it a diagonal. But yeah, just cluttering the rest of his room. I know in the staged Architectural Digest photographs, the rooms always obviously look super neat, but this is a kid's room and kids are messy. So yeah, that's why I thought it'd be fine to have a little bit of mess in this room. I just really wanted to clutter. There was just not enough like messy, homey clutter in this build, and I just had to have a little bit of it, okay? That long diagonal wall ended up being kind of like an open wardrobe for him. Again, in grays, dark gray tones, blue-green stuff hanging there, and blue-green shoes. Because this is a kid's room and also kind of science themed, I thought it'd be a good idea to include that science kit, and so we just sort of, you know, shoved everything over on that wall and included that in. We've also got a desk, and Mason, I feel like I get the vibe that he might be a bit of a gamer, so that's why he's got a gaming PC, and these funky lights I thought just really belonged as well. I can't deal with a bare wall, as we all know, so that's why I'm putting in these little floating shelves from Dream Home Decorator. Again, they're fiddly, they like to snap together, so you really have to work with them. And because sometimes things don't place properly as well, I had to break out Tool Mod again just to place things precisely the way that I wanted them to be. Now, I struggled big time with this floor plan because I really wanted to have 2 bathrooms upstairs, and it just sort of wasn't making sense. Like the floor plan in general just wasn't making sense. It didn't make sense to have a bathroom on the corner of the house, you know, one of the prime spots of this house. It just made no sense. So what we ended up doing was moving Mason's entire bedroom, the bedroom that I had just built. We ended up moving the entire thing into another room on the other side of the upstairs, like on this corner here. This was a really good decision because then that middle room in that middle section there, that got split and became 2 bathrooms. So the 3 kids got to have 2 bathrooms between them, which I felt made more sense, and everything just fit a bit more comfortably. There was just more space, and in a house like this, it just wasn't really making sense for stuff to be, you know, all squished up. So here I am, just one by one trying to move everything over from that room that we just built and move it over to this new little room on the corner here. I keep it pretty much exactly the same with the desk and the shelving and all that kind of stuff. As you can see, the roof was clipping into this room, and I think previously I had tried to fix it, but I just couldn't. It was just one of those things. So what we did was grab some of those low drawers from Dream Home Decorator and arrange them under the window so it kind of looks like like a bench, like a built-in bench. And then once they placed those cushions there, I think it looked pretty convincing as like a nice little bench where you could sit there and read and hang out and stuff. And then we added in those cool sheer black curtains, sized them up a little bit so they fit the space properly. And yeah, I thought it came together really well. So I'm just moving the rest of the like clutter and all that stuff into this room, moving all the posters using tool mod because efficiency is key. And then I go ahead and demolish all that hard work that we just did to split that middle room up and turn it into 2 bathrooms. The last kid's bedroom that we tackle is little Rain's. I think he's the youngest kid. I think it's the youngest kid. And I was kind of surprised by the photos of his room. Like, it didn't really look like a little kid's room. I don't know. I chose a green theme for his room, and using Dream Home Decorator again, I'm creating a built-in shelving moment for Rain. There's lots of toys in his room. We've gone for sort of like a safari jungle nautical vibe for his room, I think. You know, just sticking with the greens, sticking with the blues, little giraffe moment, the treasure chest, you know, just sort of that like, yeah, safari vibe, I guess. I added in some more green decoration into his rooms on those shelves and added in these fun tree decals onto that wall. So I'm just trying to figure out the access points for the bathrooms, placing some doors down from each of the bedrooms into the bathrooms, as well as from the hallways, the communal hallways. All the bathrooms in this build ended up mostly being kind of simple. They're all fairly simple. They're all sort of like black and white, very sleek, modern, contemporary vibes. Because I had just bought the patio stuff pack, so that's why I keep using the counters from patio. But I think they work. And again, it's just consistent throughout the house, you know. These bathrooms are all quite large and spacious as well, which I am just not used to. I am not used to building mansions, so this was definitely a bit of a challenge for me, these bathrooms actually. So pretty much just trying to fill the space and trying to arrange everything to fill in the space, but also have it make sense as a bathroom, of course. So for both bathrooms, the layouts did take a bit of playing around with. It took me a little while to finalize the layouts. Again, the diagonal walls, the large space, it's quite tricky to figure out like how a bathroom should look. So I wasn't happy with how this toilet was on that diagonal wall there. So I grabbed a couple of windows and made them shower dividers again. So popped a shower there, popped the bathtub in there, and actually made the toilet into a separate room, which I thought was a good way to sort of use that awkward little diagonal corner there. One good thing about this house being so big was that I could use more of those like sort of sprawling plants that I don't really get to use in like smaller builds because they always clip through the walls. There were also a few more balconies throughout the first floor that I still needed to furnish. With this one here that we're doing, I wanted to keep it full of plants, really green, sort of natural vibe by using that solid timber end table, and then also grabbing this raw timber coffee table. The balconies are all different styles actually. I don't know, I thought it would just be fun to have each balcony be a completely different style. So this one here is a bigger balcony. It opens up from a communal area. It opens up from the staircase landing. So I ended up putting sort of like a casual dining area here. The color palette here is mostly just black and white, I think. And I borrowed the same planters from the other balconies here as well, because I just think it looks really good. Those round concrete planters, they just look really modern, and even when they're stacked up, I just think that they look good in almost any space, but in particular, they look good in a really modern space like this. I also just added in these lights from Moschino because I thought it would be kind of fun to have like production lights on the balcony, because when they're filming, the crew would bring their own lights. So we've just gone to nighttime mode and adding in lighting throughout the rest of the balconies. And that was pretty much the finishing touches for the upstairs and for the rest of the house. I actually did end up doing a couple of rooms off stream. In the basement level, which you could access from those stairs going down from the backyard, I just added in a nice modern gym with plenty of fancy gym equipment and also a family cinema room, complete with tiered kids seating and a popcorn machine up the back, and of course some comfy cushions at the front for all the kids. That concludes our epic Kourtney Kardashian mansion build. I had a blast building this and I'm really stoked with the way it turned out. It really pushed me out of my comfort zone because I don't typically build mansions. I don't typically build in like a really modern style either. So it's good. It's good to be challenged, I think. And despite a few struggles with the floor plans and layouts and roofs and all that kind of thing, I think it did turn out really well. I think it captured Kourtney's interior design style and felt very luxurious as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed these speed builds. Let me know if you want to see more speed builds in the future because I have plenty of content that I can edit up and post. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate you hitting the like button and also subscribing and sharing this video. It would help me out so much. You can also come hang out with us and chat with us live on Twitch, where I do Sims builds and also get up to just all sorts of different shenanigans on The Sims 4. That's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!